Okay, in this video, I'm going to be talking about sends and returns, how to set them up, how to use them, how to do some advanced stuff to really bring your track or tracks to that next level. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, what are sends and returns? Well, in Ableton, what we have is we've got these. These are the return tracks, and these would be the sends. You are essentially sending a copy of your signal that you're working with. So in this case, we've got this vocal. You are sending it over to this return track, and usually we will have an effect on the return track, or we always will, and then you'll be getting a copy of that sent back, an affected copy essentially sent back. And so we're working with parallel processing here, okay? And the way this is set up is that you got these are the sends, right? And these, each one of these going this direction correlates with the return A, B, C, D. So this would be A, B, C, D, E. And in Ableton, you can actually work up to 12 send and return tracks. 12 is pretty excessive. I don't know, maybe there's people out there who do that. The most I ever work with is like 5 or 6. And in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use some reverb and make your mix more cohesive using reverb. And I'm going to show you a little bit more advanced techniques working specifically today with vocals. But keep in mind that you can add these, send any sound, a synth or whatever to any send and return track or return track. And every one of these is set up automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start down here, and I'm going to show you how I like to set up my reverbs and delays. And then we're going to even do some parallel compression a little bit later on to show you how we can do that. I'm going to use Valhalla Room, but you can use reverb like the regular stock reverb. So I'm going to take Valhalla Room, and I'm going to first have a short reverb. So let's just do like a 1 second. And then I'm actually going to use an EQ just because I like to visually see with the EQ. I'm going to EQ out a little bit of the lows and the highs. And this just ensures that when you filter out some lows and highs of the reverb, it's going to allow you to use reverb, but not muddy up the mix with like a bunch of frequency ranges of reverbs getting sent all over the place. And so we can kind of have something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll just copy. And I'm going to put this down here. And now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put this to 4 seconds. So we've got, let's do short verb and then long verb. And then Ableton usually puts its own delay on setup. I'm just going to grab a random delay because I usually don't mess with the C. I leave the Ableton stock plugin there. And just for my own sanity, I'm going to go ahead and set up how I normally set up. And so I'm going to take an Echo Boy, which is a really great plugin from Sound Toys. And I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to set up a ping pong delay. So we take this, go to ping pong, turn the feedback up, turn the mix. And this is important. You want to generally have your mix all the way up to 100%. That way, when you send the track over to it, it gets affected pretty easily. And let's do like a quarter note and an eighth note and whatever, Echo Boy. And I do have this New York set up. I'm going to throw a glue compressor on, and we're going to get to that one a little bit later. I'll explain this one later. But for now, let's just go ahead and demonstrate. I'm going to show you what we do setting this vocal. So I'm going to solo this vocal. Here's what we're working with. It's EQ'd a little bit and compressed, but there's no reverb or delay on it at all.
I feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins, chemistry when I'm with you.
And now it's literally as easy as this. If I want to add some reverb, I want to add some long reverb to this. I'm going to go ahead and just push this knob up.
I feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins, chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the...
And you can see it's just as easy as that. Now I have that vocal, which is still nice and up front, and have a reverb added to it, which creates a nice space, nice reverb to that vocal. And here's something that's important to keep in mind. If you have reverb set up like that, if you send a lot of different elements to that reverb, even if it's just a subtle amount, you're going to create a nice atmosphere to your track, and you're going to make your track more atmospheric and more 3D, versus if you just threw a different reverb on every single one of your channels. Not only are you going to rack up your CPU usage, so you're saving CPU usage when you use sends and returns, but also it's just not going to be as cohesive. And also, when you have a reverb directly on the channel, it's you're affecting the signal directly. And if you put the dry wet percentage too high, it can actually kind of muddy or wash out the vocal. Whereas if you send this like
Feel the
this,
fire, the flames igniting my veins, chemistry when
you can sort of wash it out like that, but it's in parallel, and it's just a lot easier to have that vocal still feel nice and up front while having that reverb kind of pushed up underneath it.
feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins.
And I can take this same thing with the Echo Boy.
Feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins, chemistry when I'm with you.
And then let's say that you have a clap, for example. They sound like this. And now check this out. I want to make these sound like they're kind of in a room. Boom. I've sent these claps to some short reverb together, nice and cohesive, and make it more atmospheric. And you can even be more subtle with it. And by the way, obviously you want to do this in the context of your mix, so you really hear the difference that it makes. But it's really just that easy. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you some more advanced stuff that you can do. And so if I take this vocal here,
Feel the fire, the flames ignite.
and now let's go down to the Echo Boy. So you heard, right? If I send this over to this Echo Boy,
Feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins.
we probably wouldn't want to do that because that sounds bad and really weird. It's up to you, obviously, but I wouldn't want to do this. And so, but what we can do is we can create this really cool effect by we take a compressor and we're going to throw it on Echo Boy. And I like to usually have a separate return track set up specifically for vocals. So I might label it Echo Boy vocals, but in this case, for example, I'm just going to throw this on here. And now we're going to take this, go to external. We're going to sidechain this to the main vocal. So let's just go up to, let's go ahead and take a look.
Feel the fire, the flames.
Okay. Now I'm going to pull this threshold down. And what we're doing is when the signal passes this threshold, it will not be adding that echo. When the vocal stops and it goes below the threshold, or when it kind of goes away, the echo is going to come in. The delay is going to be coming in. So you can kind of play with this. Let's go ahead and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Actually, we'll skip like right here so you can see this in action.
Chemistry when I'm with you.
Okay. And I'm actually going to turn down a little bit of the feedback because that's a little bit much. And turn this down to about 50. Let's go like that. Okay.
Chemistry when I'm with you.
So you can still hear it. So now let's drag this down even further and we're going to make it let's make it a fast release. Okay. Now take a listen. You won't hear much of that echo, and then it'll suddenly pop in when the vocal stops.
Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the rush, my face, your touch, my brain, undeniably addicted to.
You see that? So it allows the vocal to still be up front, and you have that delay in the background, but it's not like this.
Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the rush, my face, your touch, my brain.
Let's listen again with it on.
Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the rush, my face, your touch, my brain, undeniably addicted to. Is it?
And obviously you want to play around with that and dial it in more, but this is a really cool thing that you can do. I use this all the time, and you could even go further with it. Like let's say you had I'm going to go ahead and add in another return track. Let's say that you have, like, you're working on a really big trance anthem type of track and the vocals are super huge and you want to have some big, long reverb. You can add something like Valhalla Shimmer, and I'll take that same compressor. I'm going to copy and paste it down here. Now check this out. So I've got this vocal. Pretend like this is like a big dreamy, not pop vocal, but like more of a trance epic vocal. And I'll take the delay off, and then we're going to be working with the next one, which is right here.
I feel the fire.
And actually, I'm going to turn the compressor off so we can dial in this Valhalla Shimmer.
I feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins. Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel.
So you can hear that big Valhalla Shimmer reverb. That's pretty cool, right? Let's go ahead and turn this on and then see what happens when we have this compressor with the sidechain on. Check it out.
I feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins. Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the.
So with that release being a little bit too quick, I'm going to bring it up, make it a little bit slower.
I feel the fire, the flames igniting my veins. Chemistry when I'm with you. I feel the rush.
So you get the idea. You can have this really cool shimmer sound and have the vocal still kind of up front, but then have the shimmer in the background. And then when the vocal goes away, the shimmer comes in, and it's a really cool effect. And I recommend playing around with that. And that's just some more advanced way that you can use returns, sends and returns. And the last thing I'll show you is if you want to have an easy way to do some parallel compression, you can go like this. Let's do a fast attack, somewhat faster release, 10-to-1 ratio, pull down this threshold, add a little makeup gain like this. And now check this out. I'll take my percussion elements here. I'm going to make sure there's nothing on them, solo them. So now let's say I want to send all of these percussion elements to this compressor right here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Boom, just like that, we've got parallel compression, and you can dial that in anytime that you want. That isn't the most advanced, flexible way to use parallel compression, but it is really easy. And I actually usually will do this to my kick drums. So check this out. If I go like this, whoops. Let's say I just want to thicken up and make my just kick drum even more in your face. I can just go like this. Dial it in, and if you hear it down here, you can hear that I've sent now that kick drum to this compressor. It's squashing it. Now you got good parallel compression, really fatten up that kick. And that is another thing you can do with sends and returns. And so they are so valuable, guys. Like, it's just so nice to set them up. And then once you get more advanced and you're producing, and you just get in that flow state where you're sending stuff off, you're putting up your reverb, you're putting up reverb of your clap, of your vocal, you do a delay, and you're saving on CPU usage. And sends and returns are really cool. And in my opinion, it's really how you get to that next level. Now, could you produce an entire track without them? Sure, but I encourage you to at least check them out and get them set up. And it's just like that. And this is how I use them every single day. So that is it for this video. If you have a track that you're working on and you're just struggling to get to that professional level sound, you want to take it to that next level, whether you feel like you're really far away from that or you're really close, but you just can't quite get it, look in the description below. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to help you get to that next level sound. Use code 50OFF for 50% off your first mix and master with me. And that is it, guys. I will see you again next time.